Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. It's your boy Serrano. Today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the OnePlus Nord N20, and we're going to be taking a look at the top 5 reasons to buy in 2023. But if you're brand new to the channel, I truly appreciate you for coming through. If you're new, but if you're already a part of the crew, salute. So let's just jump into this video. I wanted to actually do like a real-time, like real usage with this device, because I've been using it since it dropped back in April 2022. I got it a little bit later than that, probably around June. So I was a few months after it released. I got it in after it was already out. I got it about 2-3 months later, but it's a pretty solid device. And I was able to get it from the Metro by T-Mobile deal. So this is the Metro by T-Mobile OnePlus Nord N20. And so there's a lot of things that I really like about this device. Starting out with the price that I was able to get it for, because when I got it, I picked it up for, you know, less than $200 because they had a port-in special. And you can actually port your number over from Metro by T-Mobile. Right now, you could probably get it free. But it's gotten an update, a major update from Android 11 to Android 12. And so it's not getting Android 13, but it's still a pretty solid device in every way that I'm going to explain in this video. So I like a couple of things about it. There's some things that are lacking on here, that the 90 hertz refresh rate, the 4K recording is not on board, and it doesn't have dual speakers. So those are 3 major things that it's missing, but because of the attention to detail that they paid to it, I definitely like it, regardless of the fact that it doesn't have, you know, all those 3 features. So I'm gonna jump into this video and go over my top 5 reasons to buy the OnePlus N20 Nord N20 5G in 2023. So make sure you guys stay locked in with me, and let's just jump into it. But the first reason I like this device is the fact that it has a really nice build quality and this design. So it's got rounded corners with a metal chassis. It's got these really beautiful cameras on the back. It's got a frosted material on the back, which feels really solid, with the OnePlus logo dead center in the middle. It's got the triple, like these, you can see that there's a small camera right here, kind of hidden on the side, so you wouldn't be able to tell that was a camera unless you really paid attention. And then 2 large lenses. And so we're gonna get into the cameras in a little bit, but the build quality is absolutely phenomenal. It also does have a microphone at the top of the device. It's got a punch hole cutout on the left hand side, on the top left hand corner, which is barely noticeable when you're using the device. It just looks pretty solid. But we're gonna get into the display as well, but the headphone jack is right here, which is something that I really do like. And I'm actually using my SIM card in this device. I've been using the device all day, and I have about 21%. You can see right here. We got an in-display fingerprint sensor, which is really fast. You also have facial recognition on this thing, so that thing is blazing fast when it comes to the unlock. On here, just extremely quick when it comes to unlocking this device. And it also does have a Type-C for charging, mono speaker, and another microphone on the bottom. And so the build quality just feels really premium. I remember I used this phone for about 2 weeks without a case, and then I ended up getting this really nice case right here, which is like a nice matte feel to it. Has a nice inner layer, which has like this like felt material on the inside, and this nice grippy baby smooth material around it. So I use a case now most of the time when I'm outdoors. And so the first thing is the build quality. It's absolutely stunning. The hold in the hand it definitely feels good and it has that nice security for unlocking it with the face, and also with the in-display fingerprint. And then the software on here is blazing quick, so I really do like that part as well. So we're gonna get into the software in just a second, but the first thing I definitely have to mention is the overall build quality. I mean, the first thing is the build quality. So the second thing the second reason to buy this device in 2023 is probably because of the always on display, which is going to give you, like I mentioned before, the punch hole cutout to the top left hand corner, 409 pixels per inch with a really beautiful OLED panel. It's actually going to give you this gorgeous OLED panel, and if you go onto the Amazon website, you could find this device for as low as, you know, around $250 if you get it used. And so that's a pretty good deal for this device. I'm not even gonna cap. I mean, brand new it's $250, but used it's probably like a little bit less than that. So, you know, if you get it brand new, which I recommend, because it's not that much money, you're gonna pay a pretty decent price for this thing. It's still got a nice, you know, price for it, and so they're offering at a reasonable cost of $250. So you could definitely scoop this on Amazon. So I'll make sure I leave the cheapest link down below for $250. But if you get it from Metro by T-Mobile, the Metro by T-Mobile is going to give you this thing for free if you port over your and add a new line or whatever. It has the Oxygen OS software, so it's got good memory, 128 gigabytes with expansion up to 2 terabytes, and then it also does have a 6.4 AMOLED display with 6 gigabytes of RAM, 128 like I mentioned. And so I really like the display because it's got the always on display, as you can see here. And you can get your clock, your notifications, you can get your battery percentage and your date, time, and day. The fingerprint icon shows up right there, and then it's just beautiful when it comes to the display because it's really easy to look at it in all types of light. The viewing angles are gorgeous, so you won't have any issues looking at this in different angles, and so it still maintains the brightness levels really well. And so I just definitely like looking at this display as well. So the display is really gorgeous. The third thing I like about it is the battery and the charging speeds. So it comes with a 33 watt fast charging brick inside the box. And so I've been using this thing all day, like I mentioned before. And so I got about 5 hours of screen on time with a day of usage. You can see my battery usage right here. Most of the time I was using it for GPS navigation and music, and even just like, you know, searching stuff throughout the day. But you can see the Waze app I use 36% of the time with Spotify playing in the background. A little bit of Google Maps, photos, and a lot of pictures I took. So I'll get into the pictures that I took on this device, as well as some social media in addition to that, and a little bit of PUBG and things to that extent. So I was messing around with this thing a bunch. So I definitely like the battery life. I like the fact that you get the 33 watt fast charging brick inside of the box right here. So when you open up the box, you're going to be greeted with that fast charging brick. You're also going to get the cable, but I like the fact that they offer that, and it says on the brick 33 watts fast charging, so you know what you're getting. And a lot of phones aren't even offering the brick anymore, but this one does include that. And so I definitely think it's going to be worth it because the charging speeds are insane with the 33 watts fast charging brick. So like I said, really, really, really good speeds when it comes to charging this thing. And like I showed you just now, I get about a full day after a whole day and a couple of, like in an hour or whatever. 5 hours screen on time is really good for this device. Feels really good, premium design. Now I talked about the design of the build quality. I talked about the display And so the price is good and everything like that. And so the charging is good. So the next thing I like is that if you get it on Metro by T-Mobile, they actually give you this option. If you go to About Device, you could scroll down. You can see right now, it says that the device is up to date, March 5th, 2023, Android 12. But scroll a little bit down further and it says right here, network locked. What's really cool is that if you use this device from Metro by T-Mobile, you can see right here, it says that the device is locked, but after using it for 6 months, you can try to permanently unlock it by hitting this button right here, and it says activating your permanent unlock. And so hopefully this works. You know, I have my SIM card in this device and I've been using it for more than 6 months. And so it's spinning right now. And right now it says your device is now fully unlocked. A restart is required to apply these changes. So I think it's pretty cool that you can get this device to be unlocked after 6 months. And so obviously there's a ton of things that this device is going to offer, like Wi-Fi calling, NFC, your digital wallet, screen recording, OTG for connecting and charging other devices. You also get your power savings mode, but I've been using this at full brightness with no power savings modes on. You get your one-handed operation on here, screen recording, screenshot, RAM boost, which boosts the RAM on board. You also can add additional 2 gigabytes of RAM. When you enter this power savings mode though, it does remove the haptics and things to that extent. So just a ton of features on here. If I go down here, you can see the RAM boost feature. Again, when I go to About Device, right here, it gives you the option to increase the RAM up to 5 more gigabytes. But just wrapping up this video, the one of the last things I like about it, besides unlocking it, the screen, the battery, the screen, the build quality, the fact that you can unlock it. The last thing I like is that the cameras are sick on this device. And so we're getting some really capable cameras with this device. So I didn't want to talk about like the obvious things, like the fact that it has a headphone jack and expansion of the storage, but the cameras are really nice on here because you can see we're going to get a really good camera setup. Obviously the Snapdragon from Qualcomm 695 is going to be capable of streaming and playing online games, but the camera is actually pretty decent too. And so with the setup that you're getting with this device, it's giving you a triple camera setup. That being said, we're getting a 64 megapixel standard, a 2 megapixel macro, and portrait is going to be a 2 megapixel also. You also get a 16 megapixel selfie. And so when it comes to videos, they're stabilized. The software on this device feels pretty solid. It doesn't have a wide angle camera, but it does have time-lapse pro mode for photos, pano, text scanner for photos, and you can go up to 6 times zoom when you're using this guy. The details are sharp, really sharp actually at 6 times zoom. And it has this AI technology. You can activate the 64 megapixel mode by tapping the 64 megapixel button, and it gives you extremely good detail on shots. You can also get video up to 1080 or 720 and 6 times zoom on here. And like I said, no wide angle, but you get the extra HD option. And one of my favorite options right here is the dual camera, because you can actually record what's in front of you and your face at the same time with a 60 megapixel camera. So it makes for a really good camera for vlogging. And I've seen that type of setup on some of my favorite YouTubers like Marquez Brownlee, also known as MKBHD. TechWiser does it. What you call it does it as well. Mr. Who's Boss does that circle camera with the whatever he's looking at in the back. So this phone does have that embedded in it, and when it comes to the photos and the details, it's actually pretty stunning overall. So let me know what you guys think of some of these samples I took with the main camera, the macro camera, and all that good stuff. But honestly, this thing holds up very well in 2023. So let me know what you guys think. These are my top 5 reasons to buy the OnePlus Nord N20 5G in 2023. Hopefully you guys did find this video helpful, informative, useful. But if you are still here, just type down below in the comment section, I'm still here. And I just want to remind you to hit the like button so we can get this video out to more people and help beat the YouTube algorithm. I'll check you guys later, but follow me on social media and watch another video on the left or the right hand corner. Later, crew. Peace.